right, guys. So we're back on notes 3-2. This is your part 2. We're going on the going backwards. I'm going to show you how you're first going to set this up, and then we'll start doing some examples. So after you finish your examples, you already have the worksheet. You just need to finish 3 problems. But remember, you have to show me all of your notes done. Okay. Sometimes you must complete the order pairs using a given slope. So if the slope of a line passing through the points negative 5, 6, so this is my x1 and my y1, and 5y, this is my x2 and my y2, is negative 4/5, find y. So they gave me the m this time. Okay, so we're going to use the exact same formula that we used before. So if you need to, for me to rewrite it so you don't have to flip back and forth, that's the formula we're using. And we're going to actually be plugging in m today. We're going to simplify as much as we can first. So I'm going to plug in the formula. The y2 is y. I keep minus. And the y1 is 6 over the x2 is 5 minus, and the x1 is negative 5. Okay, from here, I'm going to simplify this. I can't do anything with the part that has the letter in it. So this is the top. So once I simplify it, I would have y minus 6 because that stays the same, but 5 minus negative 5. So if you want to leave it in your calculator as it is, 5 minus negative 5, you get 10. Okay, once this is simplified, you just take it and set it equal to the m that they gave you. Now, this negative sign has to go on one of the numbers. I always just put it on the top so I don't forget about it. Okay, from here, we're not going to finish completely solving this one. I'm just showing you how to set it up. You would have to cross multiply and then solve for y. Okay, so we're going to go into our examples. This is my x1 and my y1. This is my x2 and my y2. Okay, I'm going to use this formula. Y2 is 6 minus y1 is negative 2 over x2 is x minus, and x1 is negative 3. If you want to change the double negatives to a positive, you can. Or if you want to, you can just do 6 minus negative 2, and that gives you 8. Now here you can't do anything with this. So to simplify it, you are going to have to show me that this becomes a positive because a double negative. So this becomes x plus 3. And we're going to set it equal to our slope, but I want it as a fraction. So 2 over 1. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to cross multiply. So I'm going to take 8 times 1, which gives me 8 equals. And then I'm going to take 2 times x plus 3. Now remember, you have to multiply 2 times both things. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 3 is a positive 6. Now all I have to do is solve for x. So we're going to subtract the 6. That gives me 2 equals 2x. To get x by itself, I just have to divide by 2, and x equals 1. Okay. If you wanted to check it, all you got to do is grab your calculator, open up alpha y equals. And we're going to do 6 minus negative 2 over, instead of x, I got 1. So I'm going to put 1 minus negative 3. Back to the original problem, I should get the m they gave me, which I did get too. Okay, so this is my x1 and my y1, my x2 and my y2. Okay, I'm going to start off with y2 is negative 7 minus my y1 is negative 4 over my x2 is x minus and 0. Okay, from here, I'm going to simplify what I can. So negative 7 minus negative 4 becomes negative 3. You can't do x minus 0 But the cool thing about this one is when you have minus 0, you can just drop that because the 0 is not going to change. So all you have is x. So now that you have that, you set it equal to your m. So I bring m down, and we're going to cross multiply. So negative 3 times 6 is negative, negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And 3 times x is 3x. To get x by itself, I'm just going to divide by 3, and I get x equals negative 2. Okay, I'm going to check it by alpha y equals. We're going to do negative 7 minus negative 4 on the top. Instead of x, I'm going to put negative 2 minus 0. And I should get 3 over 2, which I did. Sorry, you couldn't see the calculator. Okay, this is my x1, y1, x2, y2. We're going to do y minus negative 4 over negative 5 minus negative 3. Okay, I'm going to simplify what I can. The top has a y in it, so I can't do anything with it, but I know that double negatives become a positive. So I have y plus 4 over. Now, negative 5 minus negative 3 becomes a negative 2, and I'm going to set it equal to, I'm going to put the negative on the 9 over 2. So I'm just bringing that down. Now I just cross multiply. I'm going to take y plus 4 and multiply it by 2. 2 times y is 2y. 4 times 2 is 8. And then negative 2 times negative 9 is 18. Two-step equation. The first thing we're going to do is subtract 8. That gives me 2y equals 10. And then I just have to divide by 2, so y equals 5. Okay, again, the check. If you alpha y equals, I know that y is now 5. We're going to do minus negative 4, back to the original problem. And then negative 5 minus negative 3. And I should get negative 9 over 2. Moving to 16, this is my x1 and my y1, x2 and y2. So we're going to do 3 minus 2 over 6 minus x. Okay, I'm going to simplify what I can. 3 minus 2 is 1. I can't do anything on this piece with the x, so I keep 6 minus x. I set it equal to my m, which is negative 1 over 2. And now I cross multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. Negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. And negative 1 times negative x is a positive x. From here, I have to add my 6. And that leaves me with x equals 8. Okay, I'm going to check it again by doing alpha y equals. So we're going to plug in the original equation, 3 minus 2 over 6 minus 8, because x became 8, and I should get negative 1/2. Okay, this is my x1 and my y1, my x2 and my y2. We're going to do negative 7 minus y over 1 minus negative 3. Okay, I can't do anything on the top. I don't have a double negative, so I'm going to keep negative 7 minus y over. This is a double negative, so you can either put it in your calculator the way it is, or you can change it to a positive. That will become 4. So to show you, 1 minus negative 3. And I'm going to set this equal to my slope, which is negative 4, and I'm going to put it over 1 because I need a fraction. Now I just have to multiply, cross multiply. So 1 times negative 7 is negative 7. 1 times negative y is negative y. And 4 times negative 4 is negative 16, and you have your equals in between. To get y by itself, we're going to add 7. That gives me negative y equals negative 9. To get y by itself, I must divide by negative 1 because there's a negative. And remember, letters aren't negative, numbers are. So if you need to write that there's a negative 1, write that. And that gives me y equals 9. To check it, alpha y equals, we're going to do negative 7 minus, and for y I got 9, 1 minus negative 3. I should get negative 4, which I did. This is my x1 and my y1, my x2 and my y2. So I'm going to do 8 minus 7, y2, y1. And then I'm going to do 11 minus x. I keep putting an equal sign and I don't mean to. 8 minus 7 becomes 1. I cannot do 11 minus x because they don't look alike. So 11 minus x. And then I set it equal to negative 1 over 5. Now I just have to cross multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. Put my equal sign. Negative 1 times 11 is negative 11. And negative 1 times negative x is a positive x. To get the x by itself, I have to add 11. Well, 5 plus 11 is 16, and now I have x equals 16. So to check it, alpha y equals, we're going to do 8 minus 7 over 11 minus, and I got 16 for x. I should get negative 1/5, which I did. Okay, 2 more examples, and then you get to try some on your own. This is my x1, my y1, my x2, my y2. So we're going to do 5 minus y over 0 minus 4. Okay, I cannot do anything with the one with y, so I keep 5 minus y over. Now 0 minus 4 becomes negative 4. Now I set it equal to my m, which is 3 over 4. And I am going to cross multiply. 5 times 4 is 20. Negative y times 4 is negative 4y. Put my equals. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. To get y by itself, I must subtract 20. That leaves me with negative 4y. And this becomes negative 32. Just doing negative 12 minus 20. When I divide by negative 4, negative 32 divided by negative 4 is 8. So now I just check my answer by doing alpha y equals. We're going to do 5 minus, and we found out y was 8, over 0 minus 4. I should get 3/4, which I did. All right, last one. My x1, my y1, my x2, my y2. We're going to do negative 2 minus y over 9 minus negative 3. Okay, the top has the letter, but there is no double negative, so I just keep negative 2 minus y over. Now 9 minus negative 3 becomes 12. And then I set it equal to the m, which is 1/3. Now I'm at cross multiply. Okay, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Negative y times 3 is negative 3y. Set it equal to 12 times 1 is 12. Okay, to get y by itself, we must add 6. That gives me negative 3y equals 18. To get y by itself, I divide by negative 3, and that will give me negative 6. Okay, I'm going to check it by alpha y equals. We're going to do negative 2 minus, I found out y was negative 6, over 9 minus negative 3, and I should get 1/3. Okay, so now that you've done this, you know how to check it, you know how to set it up, you know how to solve it. These are going to take work. You need to finish the 3 problems